Okay, gonna keep this one short. This is the HAwK 5 racing quad from EMaX. So far, it's an awesome quad. Three things I don't like about it: the VTX is just a 25 200 milliwatt. I don't like it. I have a mini Magnum, not a mini Magnum. Well, yeah, I do have a mini Magnum stack right here. That's going in a little deuce build, which I'll flash pictures of that. Has some 2300 kV, I believe 2205 or 2206 motors. But first, let's take a look at the quad and then look at what you get in the box. So, quad itself. This is what you get. You don't get a receiver unless you get the bind and fly version. That comes with the XM Plus receiver. I wanted a RXSR receiver. I already have one laying around, so that's what I installed. But don't expect telemetry from the flight controller on this. I already had one in my Martian build, which it's awesome. It's a little heavy. But this, on a 1500 milliamp hour 4S battery, I can get just cruising 6 to 8 minutes. If I'm just flying around, not going nuts. But if I'm really hitting the throttle a lot and I guess racing, just having fun, I'll go through that pack in less than 4 minutes. So possibly less than 3 minutes, really, depending on how hard I'm pushing it. So, things you get in the box. Of course, you get the paperwork. I've already gotten rid of the paperwork. You get a paperwork for the stack itself. But you get a full set of these Avon props, which I've already gone through one set. They are right... Where the hell did they go? Yeah, here's some I've already gone through. My cat's got a hold of one. I really don't care because I don't like these props. I've got a full set of Cyclone 5046 props on the way, which that's what these props EMaX says they're stated to be at. The one thing I do like about it is all the weight is in the center. It seems like that. So they're very strong. Even when I bent one, I was able to just bend it right back in place and keep on flying and didn't have any weird noise, oscillations, anything like that. So, yeah, the props, that's one downside I don't like about it. The antenna that you get, the VTX that you get with it, I've already changed mine out to a AKK X2 Ultimate 1200 milliwatt. You can get those on eBay. So yes, in the US, you still can get the 1.2 watt output. You just have to go through eBay. But this is the stock VTX. Very small, compact, yeah, cool. Only 200 milliwatts. You use the UFL connector. It comes with a dipole antenna, which honestly I don't even know where it's at this moment. I'm sure it's around somewhere in my boxes of parts. But I pulled it and put in an AKK Ultimate, X2 Ultimate, and got 1200 milliwatts. The biggest problem I don't like about it is the antenna. There's nothing wrong with the VTX itself. Comes with two, many have shown this, two left-hand circular polarized antennas. I guess they gave you two, one to put on your goggles, one to put on the quad itself. Use the SMA connector. Don't like those, don't like UFL connectors. But if you do decide to use the stock VTX, get stuff out here. It comes with a couple straps. Let's just get the foam out of here. That'll make things easier. Get some extra screws, extra small zip ties. But I put my own zip ties on. Reinforced nylon zip ties. You get an extra arm. Straps. I don't use these straps. I use RJX Hobbies Kevlar straps. But you get an extra arm. Control for the camera, which I actually have a better control for everything. UFL to SMA, but I particularly like the MMCX connector. So if you do decide to use if you want to use this and get the extra weight that comes with this, which of course if you're running 4S and not 6S, you're definitely going to want to cut a lot of weight. I mean, that's a lot of weight right there. That probably weighs as much as one of my whoops. So yeah, no. And it's nice that it comes with it. It's very easy to use. It's a very easy to use VTX. I'm missing a little side button. Somehow it got broken off, but I'm going to use this in a 75mm, little deuce I'm building. It's a 3S capable sub 600 gram, sub 60 gram, 2.2 inch quad. Of course, a cap. So that's everything, and 2 full sets of the Avon Flow props. I don't like them. I've gotten really used to the Cyclones, which, like I said, I got a full set of those ordered. So let's put the quad back in front and go over it real quick. And then coming up will be some flight video of it. Not GoPro. I don't put GoPro on mine. That just adds weight, slow things down. I just use DVR footage. A lot of people use GoPro. Great. But that's just not for me. So, mine, I run reverse props. A lot of people say, well, I like the flight characteristics of reverse props, so spins inboard to the center of the quad instead of towards the lens. Only downside with that, downside with this is it'll throw stuff on your camera. Downside with this is it'll throw stuff on your stack. Well, I can formal coat everything, so that's not a problem. If I'm going to solder, I make sure I clean it with some denatured alcohol, which I have 15. Oh no, that's tone. Don't use that. But yeah, I always have a lot of solvent sitting around from my nitro days. The motors that I will more than likely be putting in here are going to be these motors, if I can find where the hell I put it. Oh, here it is. The Hype Trains. I really like these motors. I don't like 2300 kV. Too slow. Got a decent amount of punch, but just does not have the top end that I personally like. These are 2450 kV. I'm probably going to put 2500 kV in here. I also have a set of these, some EMaX 2205 red bottoms that are 2600 kV. So I have some choices. Like I said, AKK X2 Ultimate VTX video transmitter with an MCX connector, so I can easily just unplug and plug in a connector real quick. I got stupid zip ties in the way. Let's cut those off real quick. You need to go, and you need to go. So let's just get those out of the way. I gotta replace all this. I have an an AXI antenna, which is what I use on this. This is a Diatone. Diatone uses this same setup for their GT515, their GT530, or whatever it is. I can't remember the name of the flight controller, but it uses 20 or 25 amp ESCs, only running BLES. It's an awesome stack, but like this, it only takes up to 4S. But this is the antenna that I'm using. I use on everything. The Pagoda is a great antenna for receiving, but not transmitting. I don't know if I've already said that, but one thing that's great about the MMCX is I can change out an antenna just by unplugging it, plug in the new one. Don't have to worry about damaging the connector as much as the UFL. UFLs break off very easily. That's what happened with my very first VTX that came with it. So let's put the props on real quick and just show what it looks like completely assembled. And then go outside and do some flights. Personally, I use China Hobby line 1300 or 1500 packs for just freestyle having fun. I will use the 1500 if I really want to get a lot of speed. I go with 1300 packs. But yeah, you're going to lose a little bit of flight time going to the 1300. And this is what I use for a prop tool. It's just a cobalt extension with a, I believe it's 8mm socket and a little ratcheting, whatever the hell it's called, from Craftsman. And this is really easy to carry around. It fits in my tiny little tool pouch really easily. And when my tool pouch, I carry every everything I need. And I also have, where did it go? If I can find it, here it is. I also have a carbon fiber 8mm prop wrench. I got that when I bought my very first stack for my very first quad that I built, which is my Martian. And like I said, I do run reverse rotation props. Got to go into BL Heli Suite to do that, not the Google. I don't use the Google one. I actually use the application itself. So those using Mac, you're going to have to download, I can't remember what it's called, but it allows you to download Windows or Windows application and use them on your Mac. Because as far as I know and what I've read, you can't, they don't have a BL Heli Suite for any iOS or OS devices. iOS devices. I have a lot of respect for Apple and everything they've done, but personally I'm not an Apple user. I'm Android. Note 8, Note 9 coming. But that's getting off topic. So here it is completed. Antennas out like that, 90 degrees from apart at each other. 90 degrees apart. You can always put them on the arms, but I try to keep them away from the props. On this one, I'm actually using the arms, but every time sometimes it does strike the prop, so I have to figure out a way. I can add some extra heat shrink to stiffen it up, even though those are some pretty stiff zip ties, but they're small. So that's how it looks with my setup. See if I can get a battery and just show what it looks like. I gotta walk around the camera so I don't knock anything over. When I first started quads, I flew Spectrum. Ended up having a lot of fail-safes, and I wanted to get, let's see if I can get to the little guy. I'll just compare it real quick. I had some brush quads, some Acrobeats, I got 2 of them. And even this, my brushless, I have problems with, so Banggood is sending me out a replacement finally. Took 2 weeks of talking to him, but this is my 65mm UR65. This is my Acrobee with, these are the NOS motors, NOS sauce motors, and these are the Bald Eagle motors. Using TBS props on this. Probably going to go to the only thing I like from Beta FPV are the props and their frames. Their electronics I found are shit. Some people have had good luck with them. I've had nothing but bad luck. I have a board right over here, which is a Beta FPV F3 board. Brushless, where you had to add your own receiver. It did all that. And it said on the website that you can set it to D-Shot 600. Well, did all that, and it ended up melting. I believe that's the 2 left motors. I don't know what the hell happened there, but that got ripped off and just tossed to the side. It's more work than what it was worth. And hell, I got everything for free through Amazon because they sent me the wrong board, wrong receiver, a lot of wrong parts, wrong motors. But personally, I put my battery in with the connector facing out, so everything will be nice and tight. I still got to make a carbon fiber cover for the battery, so when I hit the ground, when I wreck, I also got to get some more grip, whatever it's called, because these batteries like to eject even with the RJX straps. And yes, I do pay a little more for these straps because they are effing awesome. They are Kevlar weave or stitching with silicone grip. So very grippy, but if you crash, the battery will eject. And I just take the balance plug, put it in like that, and then connect. I'm not going to power it. Well, sure. I'm not going to power it up because it's going to hit everything. I don't even have a transmitter on, which is stupid, but yeah, that's it. And that's how I have mine set up. This is a 1500. My 1300s are on the charger. I'm going to go do some flying before I start work today. But yeah, that's the HAwK 5. I'm going to get some 2500 kV motors. I already changed out the flight controller, the VTX. Like I said, I'm going to go with the 6-inch arms. I have a 5-inch. I'm building a 2-inch or a 2.2 inch. I've got a 2.5 inch, 3-inch. Only one I don't have yet is a 4-inch, but I'll get that. So I want a 6-inch. I really want the skull. I can't remember what it's called, but it's 8-inch quad, which is a cruiser, and that's what I really like to do when I get off work. I'm not really worried about doing tricks and shit like that. I just like to go out, get up to a decent altitude and just cruise, have fun, just get everything off my mind. And that's what FPV has really done for me, and that's why I'm doing giveaways for oh well, those are that would be a bad thing. I just like to get out and cruise after work, just get everything off my mind. Don't worry about, oh my god, am I going to crash or anything like that. I just like to get out and cruise. And that's what's so awesome about this hobby. This segment, I guess you want to call it, of the RC hobby is, I mean, it's so relaxing. It's the only thing that can get you to the point that you feel like you are actually flying. There it is. I have SkyZone, SkyO2Ss, and a set of Amway Commanders. I will say I like the Amway Commanders over the SkyZones because of the view, but I like the user interface and the receiver module from the SkyZone, so I'm conflicted there. My next goggles are going to be some Fat Shark HDOs with a LaForge V4 module setup. It may cost some money, but I want to have pretty much the best of the best, and that's what I'll end up having. So I try to keep this as short as I could, just going over it. And like I said, it uses the EMaX Magnum stack, only 4S capable. I'm going to get just a separate frame and just build it up using 6S. I want a 6S setup in it. I think Bardwell has a setup, a 6S complete setup. The camera's okay. I'm going to put a Runcam Eagle in as the camera. I don't like stock camera. Stock VTX sucks, only 200 milliwatts. That's not enough if you like doing long range. I have the R9M module on my Tyrannus, so I can go long range. 1 watt of output power, 900 megahertz. So that's why I wanted I'm building this as a long range setup. So yeah, that's the HAwK 5. If you haven't tried China Hobbyline, awesome batteries for the price. I believe these are $24 a piece, 100C. They're not true 100C. I mean, if you really want true what it says on the battery, that's what you get. You're going to have to go with max amps. You're going to pay 60 bucks a battery, but it's going to be like, holy crap. I've tried one that a buddy had, but honestly, too rich for my blood. So, like usual, thank you for watching. Gonna get some DVR footage of flying this sucker. It's awesome to fly. I mean, it's very fun. I mean, you can set the camera tilt to a very shallow 0 degrees or all the way to crazy almost 90 degrees. So, it all depends on your preference. For freestyle, I like about 25 to 30 degrees. Maybe 32 max. For racing or high speed, I go to about 45 degrees. And that's just how I like it. Everybody has different flight characteristics and how they like. I will say you do have extra long motor wires. I have some race wire that I'm going to be installing. But that's after I put on the 6-inch arms and the better motors. I'm not sure what I'm going to go with yet. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the FPV as F motors. They're 2307, 2500 kV motors. They look awesome. And I really think they can hold up 6S. So I won't have any problem throwing some 6-inch props with it, swinging some 6-inch props. And I'm going to be using tri-blade props, not bi-blades. So, like usual, thank you for watching. Peace.